In this video, I'll cover some essential things that you should know when visiting Japan, along with some tips and recommendations for Tokyo, the old capital of Kyoto, friendliest city of Osaka, and that little city of Nara with the crazy deer. Home to over 14,000 islands, Japan is one of the cleanest and safest countries in the world, and its capital city of Tokyo holds the record for the most populous city in the world, with a little over 37 million people. Tokyo is actually the second capital of Japan. Kyoto was the original capital, and at the time, Tokyo was known as Edo. When Edo was named the new capital of Japan in 1868, the name was changed to Tokyo, meaning the eastern capital. The best time to visit Japan is the spring or the fall. The temperatures in both seasons are comfortable. In mid-April, you will have the cherry blossoms throughout the country that last for about 2 to 3 weeks. Visiting in the fall is also nice because the heat and humidity of the summer will have subsided, and usually around mid-November, you'll see stunning, colorful fall foliage throughout the country. Avoid mid-June through mid-September because the heat and humidity can be very uncomfortable. There are two main international airports that service Tokyo, Narita and Haneda. Deciding which one to fly into usually comes down to which one is cheaper, but if you have a choice, I would base it on where you're going. I tend to favor Haneda Airport. It's closer to the city center, so getting there is quicker and cheaper. Plus, if you're catching a Shinkansen to go south, Haneda is super close to Shinagawa Station, which is a transfer station you'll need. Now, if you're planning to or staying around the Tokyo Station area, Narita might be a better choice. Before you leave, I suggest downloading the Suica card on your phone and adding a few thousand yen. That way you won't have to worry about setting it up and connecting it to your bank account or credit card when you arrive. You don't really need a physical card. Use your phone to tap in and out of train stations. It's super easy and convenient. You can also use the IC cards at most convenience stores, vending machines, and some cafes, but you might want to grab some cash at an ATM whenever you pass by your first 7-Eleven or Lawson's, because they accept foreign credit cards and have low fees and favorable exchange rates. I would avoid airport ATMs if possible because they will rip you off with high fees. If you're taking the Shinkansen high-speed train to another city, you'll need to buy a ticket at a machine or at the counter. We always wait until we reach our train station to book our Shinkansen tickets at the counter. If you pre-book tickets on the Shinkansen, especially if you're arriving internationally, there are just a lot of things that can mess up your plans, like a late or early flight arrival, or getting stuck in long immigration lines. We prefer talking to someone at the counter over using the machines because they will know the best trains for you to take. I don't recommend getting the Japan Rail Pass unless you're planning on several trips on the Shinkansen. Prices have gone up over 70% since October 2023, and it's just not worth the price anymore, in my opinion. Try to pack as light as possible. A carry-on with a backpack is the best way to go. If you have a big checked bag, you will struggle to navigate the train stations and going up and down stairs. If you have to bring a checked bag, I would suggest grabbing an Uber from the airport and having them drop you off right at your hotel. I recommend getting seats in first class or the green car. For a several-hour train ride, the seats are a lot bigger and way more comfortable. I think it's worth the price. Don't forget to grab some food and drinks before you get on. You can buy stuff on the train, but I've never been able to get the app or QR code to work. It's just easier, less hassle, and probably cheaper if you just bring the food and drinks on. As you may already know, Japan has an extensive train system, and that is by far the best way to get around Japan. The first time I arrived in Japan, the train system was a bit overwhelming at first, but after a day or so, you should have a good handle on the system. To start, you need to break it down into colors and numbers. Every train route has a different color associated with it, and the numbers distinguish the platform and the direction the train is going. For first-timers to Tokyo, I recommend staying within a 5 to 10 minute walk of a main station on the Yamanote Green Line. The lime green Yamanote basically does a circle around the heart of Tokyo. This will make getting around the first few days a breeze. Once you get a better handle on the system, you'll be much more comfortable about venturing out on other train lines and making connections. Make sure to use Google Maps because it'll lay out the time, color, and platform you need to be at. Once you get to an area by a train, you will most likely walk everywhere from there. Uber is also available in Japan, but we only really use it in Kyoto because the train system doesn't cover the entire city. Taxis are available almost everywhere and can be booked right on the Uber app. Most Japanese people are shy and reserved, especially older generations who rarely speak English. However, the younger generations are more multilingual, especially in the big cities. Communication with most locals I didn't find to be a problem. Japan has a vibrant nightlife, with a larger drinking culture than I expected. The parties can go late into the night and even the early mornings. If you go out early mornings to get coffee, you're very likely to see people laid out in the streets. Despite their shyness, Japanese people become very friendly and open when drinking. Whenever you cheers in Japan, you say "Kanpai," and clinking your glasses lower than the other person's shows respect. One of my favorite adult beverages in Japan is called a chuhai. This is carbonated water, flavoring, and a distilled Japanese liquor, sochu. It basically tastes like a 7-Up or a Sprite. They come in different flavors and you can find them at any convenience store and even vending machines. It's perfectly legal in Japan to walk around public while consuming alcohol. However, it is considered rude to walk around eating food. Smoking is also very restricted in public streets and parks, but is allowed inside restaurants, bars, and cafes. During your first couple of days, if you're dealing with jet lag and you find yourself wide awake at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, venture out for a hearty bowl of ramen noodles. 24-hour ramen shops are pretty common throughout Japan. It's hard to find public trash cans almost everywhere in Japan. The best places to find them is convenience stores and train stations. As I mentioned earlier, 7-Eleven and Lawson's are your best friend. I personally could eat almost every meal there, especially the egg salad sandwiches on that soft and spongy bread. So if you're in the mood for a snack while exploring, these convenience stores are great and cheap options. We found the Google Translate camera to be extremely useful when shopping. It will instantly translate the written Japanese language to English. Tokyo is a modern city packed with skyscrapers and neon-lit districts offering something for just about everyone. There are great neighborhoods to explore and loads of great food to eat. The best area to stay for first-timers and even second-timers is definitely Shinjuku. This area offers the best mix of convenience, attractions, and accessibility to the whole city. Osaka is a vibrant city known for its lively street food culture, neon-lit entertainment districts like Dotonbori, and the friendly locals. For the ultimate Osaka experience, Namba is the best choice for its central location, food scene, and nightlife. We stayed at the Cross Hotel that we really liked for its comfort, convenience, and free buffet breakfast, and we would definitely stay there again. I wouldn't stay in Nara, but I would definitely recommend a day trip there. There are several things worth doing, from shrines, mochi making, shopping, and the famous Nara Deer Park, where the deer can be a little aggressive at times. Check out my video on the 12 unique things to do in Japan after this video because I talk a little more about Nara in that video. Kyoto, the cultural heart of Japan, offers a timeless journey into Japan's rich heritage and has over 2,000 temples and shrines to explore. The best place to stay in Kyoto is anywhere along the peaceful Kamo River within the Gion district. This area offers a perfect mix of convenience, culture, and access to Kyoto's top sites. We stayed at the Chapter, a Marriott hotel, in the Nakagyo ward. It was a very nice and comfortable hotel with a good breakfast. However, it was a 15-minute walk into downtown Kyoto. It's a pretty easy walk, and the saxophone player under the bridge made it even better.